What's up, friends? What's up? 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 No, is that not a thing anymore? Okay, that's fine. Well, welcome back to the space. I am your host with the most, Madam Sonya, aka Mama Spitfire, aka Pastor Sonya. You know, we have all of the AKAs, and the reason why I started off with my AKAs is because today, okay, we're talking about aligned assignments. Somebody say aligned assignments. Look, friends, the biggest enemy to your best season isn't always a bad thing. Sometimes it's a good thing that just doesn't belong to you at that time. Tonight, we are going to be talking about your calendars, how to draw boundaries, how to make sure you aren't working an assignment that God has not placed you on, right? Sometimes I hear people ask all the time, how do you know what you're supposed to be doing? How do you know what your purpose is? Just how do you know? Well, if God ain't signed off on it, okay, I'm gonna tell you how you know. We're just gonna go ahead and get into it. So let me spill some tea on myself. Right? It's just us tonight and my dog. So everybody say hi to Philly Mae. Hey girl. She joins me everywhere. She's my ESA, so you'll see her often. Many of you know me as wife, mom. Those are some of the most important titles that I carry. I love them. Those responsibilities are absolutely huge. But I'm a podcaster now. Right? I'm jumping back into podcasting. I am known as an author. Some know me as having a very small but effective publishing house. So yes, authors, hit me up if you want to publish your next book. I am a business owner. I'm an accountant. I'm a college professor. You know, shout out to all the adjuncts out there trying to change one student's life at a time. And the list goes on and on and on. I'm still in school, getting my doctorate. It's just a lot of things going on. And for a long time, I wore my busyness like a badge. Oh yeah. Yeah. I wore it like a badge. It was like, oh, can you come and meet me? No, I'm busy tonight. Oh, are you able to do this on this time? Oh no, you know what? Actually, my schedule is packed. My calendar is packed. I am booked and busy. And guess what? Busyness is not a badge, friend. I had a moment where I had looked at everything that I had on my plate and I realized that I was exhausted. Not because I couldn't handle the work, because that's the common misconception. The common misconception is that, oh, we can't do all of the things that are in our treasure chest because we can't handle the work. No, it's that I accepted a couple good invitations that I couldn't pass down, but they were not a part of my current assignment. And it is so important for you to have tough conversations. The same tough conversation I had to have with myself when I was in the bed. I wasn't bedridden, but I was assigned to my bed in November of last year after having major surgery, had a hysterectomy. Shout out to my fellow women who have ever gone through that process. No matter which type you had, the surgery is a surgery. And I was alone with God for a solid, I'm talking about, we talked more than we have talked in a long time. Not that I'm not in my right relationship with God, but when you are in the bed, you're not doing your regular job. You are not, going out, because, I live on the third floor. Hello. Okay. With an apartment in the sky. Huh? Well, we're moving on now. To the east side. To a deluxe apartment in the sky. We live on the third floor, and so I wasn't able to climb steps. I wasn't able to do anything. I was just in the house. So God and I were like, I could not escape him. I couldn't be busy or too busy for God. It was true quality time with him, and I had to say no to some things. Yes, I was silent intentionally, okay? I had to say, I love this, I love that, but actually I'm gonna have to step away. Shout out to my accounting clients. I also run my own accounting firm. I cut that down to maybe 10, 15% of business. Just closed it down. Tax season was stressful for me at work. Oh, did I mention I'm also a people manager at a major tech company? Yeah. So I just mentally, I couldn't do all of the things. So it was hard to say no, especially when you're a natural leader, especially when you had that natural grit, especially when you had that natural hustle and grind about yourself and you know how to get things done. If it's in front of you, it's just going to get done. But if your plate is too full, you'll start starving the things that actually matter, like your family, like your time with God, your peace, your sanity. Where are you currently overcommitted right now? And you're just being too polite to say no. Yeah, you're probably like, okay, Sonya, what is this on? You done launched a new podcast, Sonya and Friends. You're still a faith stalker. You done had us pivot. Okay, you had us rooted in resilience, hashtag the perimeter check. And now you are saying that we need to have an alignment assignment. Absolutely. Listen, this is my deep dive in management and in accounting, because that is my original wheelhouse. That's where I got 2 of my degrees from. My MBA and my bachelor's are in finance and accounting. And we talk about capacity planning and resource allocation. But let me ask you a question. Can you allocate 150% of your resources and get 100% as an output? Where's your quality in that output? There is no quality. See, it doesn't work in business. It doesn't work in life. Hello? You cannot have 150% of yourself in any one thing, any 2 things. I don't care if you do 12 things. You cannot give 150% in all 12 of those things and expect your quality to provide a 100% output. It's not going to happen. Alignment means that your day-to-day actions match your divine directive. That's why I'm the alignment strategist, because I had to learn how to get divinely directed. Okay? Alignment is a big thing for me. So when your assignments are actually aligned, you have grace for them. There's a grace for them when it's aligned. It doesn't mean that it won't be hard work. It doesn't mean that it's not going to still be a hustle, not an element of grind, but it will not drain your soul. How many of you have left something or some things that just left you drained and you're looking like, why am I doing this? But if you're constantly operating from a place of resentment or burnout, friends, that is your internal warning system telling you that something on your calendar is out of alignment. I just told somebody yesterday, I said, if it's not on my calendar, it's not real. Yeah, y'all agree with me? If it's not on my calendar, it is not real. You have to learn how to manage your capacity with the same precision that you manage a ledger, right? I'm not out here just making up numbers in people's books, okay? I'm not out here playing around in people's chart of accounts, okay? I have to be precise. I have to double check all of the things so that I'm not entering the number twice, so that I'm not transposing numbers. Okay, and if it's not on your calendar, it is not real. And it's funny because I actually had a doctor's appointment that did not make it onto my calendar. And guess what? I was at work in a meeting. It was not real. Can you believe it? I did. I missed my doctor's appointment, but I'm never going to lie. That's one thing y'all won't have to worry about. I'm always going to be honest. I don't have to say to be honest. I'm not going to have to say let me keep it real. You already know what you're getting when you signed up and when you subscribe. Hello, did you subscribe? Huh? Did you subscribe? I just wanted to go ahead and drop that in there. But listen, let's take our sip. It's time for our strategy sip. And you already know, most times I have my Red Bull. Today, tropical. Yes, if there's anything that you would like to get me, okay? Yes, I need partners, all of those things, but I'm still a budding podcast. But we'll accept Red Bull gift cards, okay? You can get it from Amazon. You can get it from anywhere. You know what I mean? Just let me know. I'll tell you where to email it and all the things. But yes, that's that good Red Bull. So take your sip. already took my sip. You know, maybe you have tea, maybe you have water, depending upon what time you're watching this, and you're over 21, you may want to drink responsibly. You know, I do not knock anybody's hustle. But let's go ahead and execute this move this week. I hope y'all have been practicing these moves that I've been giving you, these little strategies that I've been giving you, things that have worked for me personally, things that work for my coaching clients. It's called the drop one ball exercise. Somebody said, oh Lord, now we dropping the ball. Yeah, we dropping one ball. Somebody say, drop one ball. Now look at everything that is currently on your calendar. Cause I had to pull up my calendar as well when I was getting ready for this. I said, now wait a minute. Let me go ahead and look at my calendar again to see if there's something that I can do that is outside of my core responsibilities of work, business, and home. Work, your business, and your home. Identify one obligation that leaves you feeling drained instead of feeling fulfilled. Yes, I want you to look through your calendar. This is your homework this week for the next 2 weeks, because you know you're not going to see me next Saturday. You're going to see me on the what Saturday? The fourth Saturday. Very good. Okay? So I want you to practice this for 2 weeks. Take an inventory. Audit that calendar. Take one thing off that leaves you completely drained. And I'm not going to tell you now. Normally I tell you all the things. I'm not going to tell you what I took off my calendar that left me completely drained. But yeah, I took some things off my calendar that was draining my love tank. It was draining my love tank. I need you to do that, because that's going to be key. That is the key to unlocking every other thing that is in your path. Busyness is not your badge. Being busy is not always a good thing. Now being booked, if I'm booked, that's a good thing. But being busy without no bookings and without, is you cool? That's what I would ask. Is you cool? Like, what are we doing? Drop one ball. We need aligned assignments. And listen, you already know what happens at the end of every show. I like to give you the last word. Before we exit this space tonight, let's lock in with our ultimate scriptural anchor. You know, I got to give you some word. That's Ecclesiastes 3. Verse 1, it tells us, for everything there is a season and a time for every matter under heaven. Every matter has its specific time, friends. And y'all should have known that from back in the day when you used to have to learn your Bible studies. When they say, hey, you need to get a scripture, Ecclesiastes 3 was always my jam. Okay? Because I can say, hey, for every season there's a time. It's a time to live, it's a time to die. It's a time to be born. It's a time to plant. It's a time to harvest. I don't know if I added some words in there, okay? But you know what I'm saying. It's a time for everything. And just because something is great, and that idea is a great idea, it does not mean that this is the right season for it. You know how many great ideas I come up with? And I'm not even trying to be like that. I have 1,025,000 gazillion, that's not even a number, but I do have a lot of ideas. But I cannot do all of those ideas right now. Yes, I have a treasure chest filled with a ton of things, but I had to make a decision. That's why we changed the name of the show. That's why we changed the cadence of the show. All right? Drop one ball and stay rooted in Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 1. I want you to keep that inside of you. Trust the timing of your life. Protect your current assignments. You may have more than one assignment. Some of us just have one assignment. Some of us have more than one assignment. It does not matter. And let the rest go with grace. Peace. Let the rest go with grace, because you are fierce, rooted, aligned, nurturing souls. And I want us to be aligned. All right? I want us to be aligned. I will see you all on the fourth Saturday. It has absolutely been a pleasure to share my space with you. Shout out to Philly May, who has stayed through the entire episode. I tell you, sometimes she's making too much noise and she can't record me, but today she recorded. Go ahead and cheers, and I will see you then. Peace.
Everything that you're saying is really making it harder to deal. Keep your mouth off me. Step away from the fun house. It's not a date when you aren't on my mind. I can't tie. It's a quality time. We will breathe no life until those things you